Introduction: The Student Loan Crisis by State. Student loan debt in the United States has ballooned to over $1.77 trillion, affecting more than 43 million borrowers. But the burden isn't shared equally. Some states carry dramatically higher average balances than others. In this video, we'll cover every single state plus Washington, D.C., ranking them by average student loan debt, revealing the percentage of graduates carrying loans, and examining the default rates that tell the real story. All figures are approximate estimates based on recent federal and research data. Let's dive into the numbers. Washington, D.C., number 1. Topping the list is Washington, D.C., with an estimated average student loan debt of $54,945 per borrower. Approximately 49% of adults carry some form of student loan debt. Despite high incomes in the capital, the default rate sits around 4.8%, suggesting that even well-paid professionals can struggle with these massive balances. Maryland. Number 2. Maryland borrowers carry an estimated average debt of $43,562, making it one of the highest in the nation. About 52% of graduates leave school with student loan obligations. The state's default rate is around 6.1%, moderated by strong job markets in the Baltimore-Washington corridor and a concentration of federal employment opportunities. Georgia. Number 3. Georgia comes in with an estimated average student loan balance of $41,639 per borrower. A hefty 56% of college graduates in the Peach State carry debt. The default rate is notably high at roughly 9.8%, one of the worst in the country, driven in part by a large for-profit college sector and income disparities across the state. Pennsylvania. Number 4. Pennsylvania's estimated average student loan debt is $39,972, fueled by some of the highest tuition rates in the nation. Roughly 61% of graduates carry loans, one of the highest percentages of any state. However, the default rate is a relatively moderate 6.7%, thanks to strong healthcare and education employment sectors. Mississippi. Number 5. Mississippi has an estimated average student loan debt of $39,537, surprisingly high for a state with a low cost of living. About 55% of graduates carry student debt, and the default rate is a staggering 11.6%, among the highest in the nation. Lower average incomes make it exceptionally difficult for borrowers to keep up with payments. New York. Number 6. New Yorkers carry an estimated average student loan debt of $39,155. With 53% of graduates borrowing for their education, the Empire State has a massive total loan burden. The default rate is about 6.5%, kept in check by the state's large and diverse economy. However, high living costs in New York City mean that even average debt loads feel crushing. South Carolina. Number 7. South Carolina borrowers owe an estimated average of $38,848. Around 57% of students graduate with debt, and the default rate reaches about 9.2%. The combination of relatively low median incomes and limited high-paying job opportunities in rural areas makes student loan repayment a serious challenge across the Palmetto State. Alabama. Number 8. Alabama's estimated average student loan debt sits at $38,320 per borrower. Approximately 54% of graduates carry loans, and the default rate is a troubling 10.1%. Like other Deep South states, Alabama struggles with a gap between education costs and post-graduation earning potential, particularly outside of Birmingham and Huntsville. Virginia. Number 9. Virginia borrowers carry an estimated average of $37,803 in student loan debt. About 51% of graduates have loans, and the default rate is a manageable 5.9%. Northern Virginia's proximity to D.C. provides lucrative federal and tech sector jobs that help borrowers pay down debt faster than in most other states. Ohio. Number 10. Ohio graduates carry an estimated average debt of $37,481, placing the Buckeye State firmly in the top tier. A significant 58% of students borrow for college, and the default rate is around 7.9%. Ohio's mix of public universities and private colleges, some with steep tuition, drives balances higher than you might expect for a Midwest state. Florida, number 11. The Sunshine State has an estimated average student loan debt of $36,918 per borrower. About 49% of graduates carry debt, slightly below the national average. Florida's default rate is around 7.4%, influenced by a large population of community college students and a service-oriented economy where starting salaries can be modest. Louisiana, number 12. Louisiana borrowers face an estimated average debt of $36,720. Around 52% of graduates carry loans, and the default rate is a concerning 9.5%. The state's economic reliance on energy and tourism creates volatility in employment, making consistent loan repayment difficult for many borrowers throughout the Bayou State. Michigan, number 13. Michigan's estimated average student loan debt comes in at $36,443. About 57% of graduates borrow for school, and the default rate is around 7.6%. The state has seen improvement as its economy has diversified beyond auto manufacturing, but some cities still see higher than average default rates due to ongoing economic challenges. Texas, number 14. The Lone Star State carries big numbers. The average Texan borrower owes an estimated $36,156, and about 50% of graduates carry loans. The default rate is 7.8%, slightly above the national average. Texas's booming economy helps many grads, but the sheer size of the borrower population means the state's total student debt is among the highest in the country. New Jersey, number 15. New Jersey borrowers carry an estimated average of $36,011 in student loan debt, with 55% of graduates holding loans. The default rate is about 5.8%, one of the lower rates in the country. Proximity to New York City and Philadelphia provides access to high-paying jobs that help Garden State graduates chip away at their balances. Connecticut, number 16. Connecticut graduates carry an estimated average of $35,890 in student loan debt. Roughly 54% of graduates borrow, and the default rate is a low 5.3%. As one of the wealthiest states per capita, Connecticut's strong finance and insurance sectors provide well-paying careers that make repayment more manageable than in many other states. Massachusetts, number 17. Despite hosting some of the most well-known universities in the world, Massachusetts has an estimated average debt of $35,563 per borrower. About 53% of graduates carry debt, and the default rate is just 4.7%. The state's thriving biotech, healthcare, and education sectors offer strong earning potential that keeps default rates among the nation's lowest. Illinois, number 18. Illinois borrowers owe an estimated average of $35,212 in student loans, with 54% of graduates carrying debt. The default rate is about 7.2%, a middle-of-the-road figure. Chicago's finance, tech, and healthcare industries help urban borrowers, but downstate Illinois sees higher default rates where economic opportunities are more limited. Tennessee, number 19. Tennessee has an estimated average student loan debt of $34,576. About 53% of graduates carry loans, and the default rate is around 8.4%. While Nashville's booming economy has created new opportunities, many borrowers in rural parts of the volunteer state face limited career prospects and struggle to stay current on their payments. Minnesota, number 20. Minnesota graduates carry an estimated average debt of $34,221, with a high 62% of students borrowing for their education. The good news? The default rate is only about 5.1%. Minnesota's strong economy, low unemployment, and robust public university system help graduates find good-paying jobs to manage their loan obligations effectively. North Carolina, number 21. North Carolina's estimated average student loan balance is $33,887 per borrower. Around 55% of graduates carry debt, and the default rate is about 7.5%. The Research Triangle area around Raleigh and Durham offers strong career prospects, but borrowers in more rural western and eastern parts of the state face tougher repayment challenges. Kentucky, number 22. Kentucky borrowers carry an estimated average of $33,650 in student loan debt. About 56% of graduates leave school with loans, and the default rate is approximately 8.7%. Economic challenges in rural Appalachian areas make repayment difficult, though Louisville and Lexington provide stronger job markets for graduates in those metro areas. Indiana, number 23. Hoosier state borrowers carry an estimated average debt of $33,145. A notable 59% of graduates leave school with loans, among the higher rates nationally. Indiana's default rate is about 7.3%, reflecting a mixed economy where manufacturing has declined and service sector jobs don't always offer the salaries needed to comfortably repay student debt. Missouri, number 24. Missouri's estimated average student loan debt is $33,012 per borrower. About 56% of graduates carry loans, and the default rate is around 7.6%. Kansas City and St. Louis offer decent job markets, but borrowers in rural Missouri often face limited career options, making consistent repayment more difficult across the Show Me State. West Virginia, number 25. West Virginia borrowers owe an estimated average of $32,880. About 55% of graduates carry debt, and the default rate is a troubling 10.4%, one of the highest in the nation. Economic decline in coal country and limited industry diversification leave many graduates struggling to find employment that pays enough to service their student loans. Colorado, number 26. Colorado graduates carry an estimated average of $32,672 in student loan debt. About 48% of graduates have loans, below the national average. The default rate is a low 5.4%, thanks largely to a thriving tech sector, outdoor recreation economy, and one of the most educated workforces in the country boosting post-graduation earnings. Arizona, number 27. Arizona's estimated average student loan debt is $32,418 per borrower. Roughly 48% of graduates carry loans, and the default rate is about 7.9%. One of the largest public universities in the nation calls Arizona home, contributing significantly to the state's total borrower count. Growth in tech and healthcare has helped, but the default rate remains stubbornly above average. California, number 28. Despite sky-high living costs, California's estimated average student loan debt is a moderate $32,196 per borrower. Only about 43% of graduates carry debt, one of the lowest rates in the country. California's extensive community college system and relatively affordable public university options help keep borrowing down. The default rate is around 5.7%. Delaware, number 29. Delaware borrowers carry an estimated average of $32,050 in student loan debt. About 53% of graduates have loans, and the default rate is roughly 6.3%. As a small state with a concentrated economy around banking and corporate services, Delaware offers reasonable career prospects for graduates, though options outside of Wilmington can be more limited. Rhode Island, number 30. Rhode Island graduates carry an estimated average of $31,890 in student loan debt. About 58% of graduates borrow for school, and the default rate is around 6.0%. The Ocean State's higher education institutions can be pricey, but the proximity to Boston's job market gives many graduates access to higher-paying careers. Oregon, number 31. Oregon borrowers carry an estimated average of $31,780 in student loan debt. About 52% of graduates have loans, and the default rate is roughly 6.2%. Portland's growing tech scene provides strong career opportunities, but borrowers in southern and eastern Oregon face a thinner job market and higher repayment challenges. Washington, number 32. Washington state borrowers carry an estimated average debt of $31,455. About 47% of graduates have student loans, and the default rate is a healthy 5.2%. The state's booming tech industry, centered in the Seattle area, gives graduates strong earning power. Washington is also one of the few states with no state income tax, helping borrowers keep more of their paycheck. Wisconsin, number 33. Wisconsin graduates carry an estimated average debt of $31,320. About 60% of students borrow for college, one of the higher rates in the country. Despite that, the default rate is only about 5.6%, reflecting a stable economy with strong manufacturing, healthcare, and agriculture sectors that provide steady employment opportunities. Vermont, number 34. Vermont borrowers carry an estimated average of $31,200 in student loan debt. About 58% of graduates have loans, and the default rate is roughly 5.5%. Private colleges in the Green Mountain State tend to have high tuition, but the state's quality of life and small but stable economy help graduates manage their payments over time. Nebraska, number 35. Nebraska graduates carry an estimated average of $30,950 in student loan debt. About 57% of students borrow for school, and the default rate is around 5.8%. The Cornhusker State's low cost of living and steady agricultural and service sector economy help borrowers manage their debt, even with moderate post-graduation salaries. Kansas, number 36. Kansas borrowers carry an estimated average of $30,710 in student loan debt. About 55% of graduates have loans, and the default rate is around 6.4%. The Sunflower State's affordable cost of living partially offsets moderate salaries, but borrowers in more rural parts of the state often face longer repayment timelines. Arkansas, number 37. Arkansas has an estimated average student loan debt of $30,540 per borrower. About 54% of graduates carry loans, and the default rate is around 9.0%. Like other southern states, lower median incomes and limited metro area job markets make repayment a challenge. Fayetteville and Little Rock offer the best career prospects for graduates. New Mexico, number 38. New Mexico borrowers carry an estimated average of $30,241 in student debt. About 46% of graduates have loans, and the default rate is around 8.6%. While the state offers relatively affordable tuition, lower median incomes statewide make even moderate debt loads feel burdensome. The land of enchantment has room for improvement on default prevention. New Hampshire, number 39. New Hampshire graduates carry an estimated average of $30,100 in student loan debt. About 57% of students borrow, and the default rate is roughly 5.2%. The Granite State has some of the highest in-state tuition in New England, but a strong economy and low unemployment rate help graduates manage their repayment obligations. Maine, number 40. Maine borrowers carry an estimated average of $29,850 in student loan debt. About 56% of graduates have loans, and the default rate is around 6.1%. The Pine Tree State's economy relies heavily on tourism, fishing, and healthcare, industries that provide steady but often moderate incomes for student loan repayment. Iowa, number 41. Iowa graduates carry an estimated average of $29,650 in student loan debt. About 58% of students borrow for school, one of the higher rates nationally. However, the default rate is a respectable 5.9%, reflecting a stable agricultural economy and affordable cost of living that helps Hawkeye State borrowers stay on track. Oklahoma, number 42. Oklahoma borrowers owe an estimated average of $29,400 in student loan debt. About 49% of graduates carry loans, and the default rate is around 8.3%. The Sooner State's economy depends heavily on the energy sector, which can be volatile, making consistent loan repayment unpredictable for many graduates outside of Oklahoma City and Tulsa. Montana, number 43. Montana graduates carry an estimated average of $29,150 in student loan debt. About 52% of graduates borrow, and the default rate is around 6.5%. Big Sky Country offers a lower cost of living, but also lower salaries, meaning borrowers often take longer to pay off their balances, despite the relatively moderate debt amounts. Alaska, number 44. Alaska borrowers carry an estimated average of $28,900 in student loan debt. About 44% of graduates have loans, and the default rate is roughly 7.1%. The last frontier's unique economy, driven by fishing, oil, and government employment, offers decent wages, but the high cost of living in remote areas can eat into any repayment advantage. Idaho, number 45. Idaho graduates carry an estimated average of $28,650 in student loan debt. About 48% of students borrow for school, and the default rate is around 6.2%. The Gem State's growing tech sector in the Boise area has improved job prospects, but much of rural Idaho still has limited high-paying employment for college graduates. South Dakota, number 46. South Dakota borrowers carry an estimated average of $28,420 in student loan debt. About 55% of graduates have loans, and the default rate is around 5.7%. The Mount Rushmore state's low cost of living and steady economy help keep default rates manageable, even as many borrowers take on moderate amounts of educational debt. North Dakota, number 47. North Dakota graduates carry an estimated average of $28,190 in student loan debt. About 56% of students borrow for school, and the default rate is around 5.4%. The Peace Garden State's energy sector and agricultural economy provide reliable employment, keeping borrowers mostly on track with their payments despite moderate debt levels. Wyoming, number 48. Wyoming has one of the lowest estimated average student loan debts in the nation at $27,837. Only about 41% of graduates carry debt, and the default rate is around 6.8%. With a small population and affordable in-state tuition at the state's main university, many students manage to avoid the heavy debt burdens seen in larger states. Hawaii, number 49. Hawaii borrowers carry an estimated average of $27,510 in student loan debt. About 40% of graduates have loans, and the default rate is around 5.8%. The Aloha State's relatively low borrowing rates are partly due to affordable public university tuition, though the extremely high cost of living means even smaller loan balances can feel significant. Nevada, number 50. Nevada graduates carry an estimated average of $27,300 in student loan debt. About 42% of graduates borrow, one of the lower rates nationally. The default rate is around 7.5%, which is somewhat elevated due to the state's heavy reliance on hospitality and service sector jobs that don't always offer high starting salaries for graduates. Utah, number 51. Utah boasts one of the lowest estimated average student loan debts at $26,914 per borrower. Just 38% of graduates carry loans, the second lowest rate nationally. The default rate is a mere 4.2%. A strong culture of financial responsibility, a young and growing economy, and affordable university options all contribute to these impressive numbers. Highest default rates, where repayment hurts most. The 5 states with the highest estimated student loan default rates are Mississippi at 11.6%, West Virginia at 10.4%, Alabama at 10.1%, Georgia at 9.8%, and Louisiana at 9.5%. A clear pattern emerges. States with lower median household incomes consistently see more borrowers unable to keep up with their loan payments, regardless of the total amount borrowed. Lowest default rates, where grads stay on track. On the flip side, the states with the lowest estimated default rates include Utah at 4.2%, Massachusetts at 4.7%, Washington, D.C. at 4.8%, Minnesota at 5.1%, and Washington State and New Hampshire tied at 5.2%. These places share common traits: strong economies, high educational attainment, and robust job markets that give graduates the income they need to manage their debt. Conclusion: what these numbers mean for you. Student loan debt varies dramatically across the country, from over $54,000 in Washington, D.C., to under $27,000 in Utah. But the real story isn't just the amount borrowed, it's whether graduates can afford to pay it back. States with strong job markets and higher incomes consistently see lower default rates, proving that the solution to the student debt challenge isn't just about lowering costs, it's about creating economic opportunity. All data in this video is approximate and based on recent estimates. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share which state you're from in the comments.